Yo tout le monde, c'est Toto Gaming. Alors aujourd'hui on se retrouve donc pour une nouvelle vidéo. Donc voilà les amis, on se retrouve aujourd'hui pour une nouvelle vidéo. Donc j'espère que vous allez bien. J'espère que vous pourrez que vous entendrez une différence avec mes avec mon comment dirais-je avec mon micro tout simplement. On remerciera votre 04 si vous trouvez un changement. N'hésitez pas à me le dire en commentaire. Donc aujourd'hui, qu'est-ce qu'on va faire? Aujourd'hui, on va continuer l'aventure. Nous sommes sur l'épisode 27, je crois. Je crois. On est sur l'épisode 27 de... alors, je regarderai après. Voilà. Hop là. Terminé. Voilà. Parfait. Donc ça, c'est bon. Donc je voulais regarder le numéro d'épisode, mais je trouve que c'est l'épisode 27. Je crois que c'est le 27. Si c'est le 27, tant mieux. Si c'est pas celui-là, tant pis. Oui, c'est le 27. Ok. Donc c'est ça. Donc on va attaquer tout simplement cet épisode. J'espère que le son du clavier sera pas trop fort, etc. etc. Ça, je sais pas. Hein. Mon micro est quand même assez loin de moi, donc si vous m'entendez bien, c'est nickel. Donc là, on va commencer tout simplement le... Enfin, on va continuer plutôt la quête d'Archon. Voilà, tout simplement. On va se téléporter et puis on va continuer tout ça. Donc j'espère que vous aurez apprécié aussi l'épisode numéro 26. Voilà, il a fait 12-13 vues, je sais plus exactement, mais franchement c'est pas mal. C'est pas mal du tout. C'est pas mal du tout. Voilà, j'espère que vous aurez apprécié, même si vous m'aurez pas trop entendu, puisque mon micro est à 35% sur les paramètres Windows, et là je l'ai monté à 100. Donc j'espère que ça ira, vous me comprendrez mieux tout simplement. Et j'ai ça depuis longtemps d'ailleurs. Mais j'espère vraiment qu'il y aura une petite différence quand même de son, tout simplement. Que je ne vous casserai pas les oreilles. Ah non. Ah c'est elle. D'accord.
Is there anything I can do for you two? I'm afraid that Wangsheng funeral parlor isn't in the best state to receive guests.
We've come to see Zhongli. Could you please tell him we're here?
Unfortunately, Zhongli isn't here at the moment. It seems he went to Northland Bank.
C'est parti avant de dire. Ah d'accord, ok, c'est ça.
Last time we saw Zhongli was before we went to the Golden House. Do you think he doesn't know about the attack on Liyue? Visiting the Fatui, we had better go and make sure that everything is okay.
Ah oui, donc il y a aussi un deuxième truc, c'est que je vous laisse aussi les dialogues. Et puis voilà, je vous laisse les dialogues pour que vous puissiez apprécier les moments, etc. Et voilà. Enfin, que vous puissiez apprécier les moments, non, que vous puissiez apprécier avec les dialogues, etc. Et si jamais vous ne comprenez pas, vous pouvez mettre en pause si ça va trop vite et pouvoir lire tout doucement les dialogues. Enfin, après, vous faites ce que vous voulez, il n'y a pas de souci. Par contre, je sais pas du tout ce qui va se passer. Cinématique peut-être. Hop là.
You call this cooperation between harbingers? Cooperation involves communication, you know.
Don't take it to heart, child. Besides, our You happy that you got to skip the formalities and bring chaos to the Oh, it seems that some of your friends have arrived.
Hey, it's Zhongli and Child. And you.
It's you two. I believe we've met once before. In the city of Bards, was it? Ah, right. I imagine that it must have been rather hard to forget watching helplessly as something precious was snatched away from your friend.
Well, if it isn't you two. This is our first time seeing each other since Liu was nearly wiped off the map. This is certainly a bit...
I knew that we should never have trusted a Fatui Harbinger.
Oh, now don't say that. Sure, I may have misled you, but I never had anything against you personally. Besides, I thought we were getting along quite well together, didn't you? Except for that little tussle we had at the end. Nothing personal. We just have different views, that's all. Of course, you may very well hold this against. The real deceivers here are Senora and Zhongli. Curse them for leading me on. So actually, I think...
Stop wasting time, child. There'll be plenty of time to chat once I'm through here. You remember the agreement, Morax. Now, if you would be so kind. The Gnosis.
What in the world are you talking about?
The contract is fulfilled. That which thou seeketh is now bestowed.
How sanctimonious.
What? So you're the Lord of Chia? No, wait. That's an exciting twist and all, but why give the Gnosis to the Fatui?
I do not give it for free. I give it as agreed upon in the contract. For it is a matter solely between the Tsaritsa and I.
Yeah, you don't think you went a little bit too far with that whole fake death thing? Everyone was preparing the ceremony for you and splat! This big dragon falls out of the sky!
Gathering all the forces that had been bubbling behind the scenes, and then stirring them together in a pot that was
Wait, what?
Perhaps it's best that I explain. As you know, I've dwelt upon this world for more than 6,000 years. It is now 3,700 years ago. Even boulders that can withstand whirlpools will erode with the passing of time. I kept convincing myself until one drizzly day. As I was strolling along the harbor, I heard a merchant tell one of his workers, "You finished your duties." I stood motionless among the crowds, asking myself, have I already finished my duties?
Oh, Zhongli.
But as I began to consider relinquishing my divine role, I soon discovered that many reasons still remained. Was Liyue, the city I had dwelt in for so long, already prepared to enter its next age? I decided, so I feigned my own death, and gathered the cast of Child, the Adepti, and the Liyue Chising to play their roles together on the stage that was Liyue. That's right. Which is why I continued to safeguard the Gnosis until now.
So you mean that if the chaos ever reached the point of no return, you would simply appear and use your divine powers to bring Liyue back under...
Of course. And it would have been all too easy for him, too. Just as a child quickly matures after losing their parents, so has Liyue matured when faced with the death of...
In the end, the resolution to all that has transpired was even more satisfactory than I could have hoped for. Take the Adepti, for instance. Owing to their years of seclusion, they were the least informed. Yet when faced with a crisis, they commendably showed the greatest amount of restraint possible. Not only did they manage to cooperate with the Chising, but in the credit is also due to Senora, the emissary dispatched by the Cryo Archon to fulfill our contract. At my request, she kept everything she knew in strict confidence. This meant I could remain as Zhongli, even having the chance to fulfill the age-old traditions of Liyue in this mortal form. Thank you. All of these things turned out as I had planned. There is only one thing that I had not anticipated, and that was I had expected them to do no more than the Adepti, to come to the defense of Liyue. They seized the opportunity to supplant Liyue as divine protectors, and used the subsequent power vacuum left by my death to quickly...
Huh? That doesn't sound good at all.
On the contrary, I think it is excellent. I had always feared that it was too soon for them to take over from me. And it was also that which I longed for the most.
Hey, what about me? Doesn't anyone feel the least bit of remorse for deceiving me? You've practically kept me in the...
I think that thanks would be more appropriate. You certainly played no small part in all of this, wreaking havoc and turning the city upside down. The Lord of Geo ought to think if you hadn't created the pressure of a battle between mortals, Adepti, and a god, the lump of coal resting in the hands of the Geo Archon.
Huh? Just whose side are you on, mocking me like that? Are you itching for a fight? Be that as it may, you've come out of this as the hero of Liyue. I, on the other hand, will be forever prescribed as a disturber of the...
Well then, with the Gnosis in my possession, I have no use for such idle chatter. We should return to Zapoljarny Palace and seek an audience with Her Majesty.
Ah, fine. I'll meet you there later. I'm not sharing a boat with the likes of you.
Do as you wish.
Now then, is there anything else you wish to ask me?
Right! As Zhongli always told us, a good trade is a fair trade. Paimon has no...
Realistically speaking, there is no such.
Huh?
However, I am the god of contracts. For thousands of years, I have made countless contracts. If the deal was of no benefit, my agreement with the Cryo Archon will be the last of my contracts as the Geo Archon. As for the bargaining chip that the Tsaritsa used to balance the scale, uncover that answer for yourself in your future journeys.
Quoi? D'accord. Non, c'est pas ça que je voulais faire. Ok. Bon. Si tu veux, mais moi je sais pas. Je sais toujours pas. Enfin, ouais, je sais pas.
Today's the day of the rite of parting. Although the star of the show is fake, we spent so much time trying to organize it, it would be a real shame not to go there now.
Excuse-moi. Qu'est-ce que je pourrais en penser, je sais pas, mais bon. Il y a l'histoire, mais bon. Alors qu'en fait, un dieu peut se transformer en mortel, ça me fait penser à tout ce qui est Grèce antique. Mais à part ça, je vois pas trop.
You know that god from the ocean couldn't have just shown up out of nowhere. I mean, it's been 2,000 years since Rex Lapis subdued it.
Yes, and to think that this happened right on the heels of the incident with Rex Lapis.
Say, do you think the person who assassinated our lord and released that evil god might have been one and the same?
Now that you mention it, that's very possible. Yeah, I mean, it all fits together. That person must have colluded with the evil god to harm Rex Lapis. Still, what sort of supernatural prowess must this person possess to be able to do such?
Ah, forget it. Guessing's no use to us. Look, the Millilith over there looks like he's about to make an announcement.
Well, since we're going through with this rite of parting, I guess it...
So Rex Lapis is really...
Oh, come on. Do you think that the assassin could have been a normal person? You know what I think? I don't think any of the gossip... There's only one real possibility in my mind. I've heard that the assassin was that Fatui fellow. Youngish, pretty high in rank. I think they called him Child.
Fatui? They certainly are very suspicious. Who knows?
Shh! Lower your voice. If the Fatui catch you in their sights, Rex Lapis won't be around to protect you this time.
Ouais. Ouais, oui, c'est sûr qu'il sera pas là, mais bon.
Hear ye all! The Chi sings words. Though a dragon soars ageless as the mountains, it too must return to dust. Gods and Adepti live glorious lives, but both light and shadow have their season. So too must they face divinely up rumors and hearsay abound on the streets that Rex Lapis was murdered. Now, let the truth be revealed. Having been thwarted in his trial, Rex Lapis's soul has recouped the celestial heights. He beseeches the people of Liyue, nor are they to believe street-born rumors or indulge in baseless speculation.
Paimon needs a translation on what... So that's how they're spinning it. Something feels off. Why would they suddenly give up looking for the murderer? Not to mention how this excuse sounds like something they just made. Could the Chising already have known that Rex Lapis wasn't dead? But Zhongli said that night... Did Zhongli tell them in secret after his gnosis changed hands? Exactly, right? Ooh, seems like the rite of parting has been going on for a while.
Excusez-moi, ça c'est plus ce moment après qu'il a tapé. Non, mais je vais pas faire ça non plus. Kiki.
Look, it's Ningguang and Kuching. Are they saying something? Are their speeches over?
As said previously, Rex Lapis's soul returning to the heavens is the end of the contract. And it is also the end of an era.
3,700 years of contracts burnt and reduced to ash.
We, the people of Liyue, were indeed prosperous. But blinded by our prosperity, we forgot that time can be pitiless.
The long, unending dream of our Archon walking among us.
Now that we have awoken from our dream, we must learn to... Will you stand with us as we re-establish our contracts? As...
So concludes the words of Her Eminence the Tianquan. Does Her Eminence the Yuheng have anything to add?
Huh? Is she looking this way?
Traveler.
Yikes! She really is looking our way.
Is that the traveler who they say defeated the ancient god?
So young.
The Liyue Qixing always repay their debts. And as you have heard, our eyes see far and our reach is long. Name your price. You deserve that much.
Whoa.
Well, could you help me put up some missing person posters?
Oh, c'est beau. Hop, je récupère juste un succès. Une prime, c'est pas mal. Vraiment pas mal du tout.
As for the mortals and adepti of Liyue,
And to think I'd put my best perfume on before coming. But it seems as if those perfumes really were. Well, that's fine. Suffer no rivals in love.
Rex Lapis. Now that I think, perhaps mementos for Rex Lapis might be the best short-term business option.
Fou, il est plutôt à l'extérieur, mais bon.
Hey, Zhongli! Look at this. Everyone in Liyue is caught up in their emotions. And here you are looking all relaxed.
Why would I not feel more at ease after laying down the burden I have borne? Right. If the two of you can spare the time, I should treat you to a meal.
That sounds like big talk, Zhongli. Paimon might have believed you if you were treating us to some third-round knockout, but you'd have to pay out your nose just to stand.
You're right. I do like the Mora.
But why would Morax lack Mora?
As the Rex Lapis Morax, I can easily create Mora. But since I have chosen to walk this earth as the mortal Zhongli, when I was journeying with you, though I still had the Gnosis in hand, I knew that I must soon retire from my role as an Archon.
Oh, no wonder. Paimon gets it now. You didn't look at the price tags when we were spending because you bought, since you weren't used to not being able to just make more Mora as and when you...
Well, we were only spending Fatui money. You don't have... In the City of Commerce, we do not merely exchange money or goods. We also exchange knowledge. The Archon Morax could never experience life as the true mortal Zhongli could, no matter how many times he descended to be with his people. I must thank you for that. I will treasure the memories that I made as Zhongli, traveling the streets of Liyue with you. That is true. But there is no journey that does not...
Paimon thinks that we should make a move and...
I fear that continuing your journey may be difficult. The nation that neighbors Liyue by sea, Inazuma, is presently closed. Yes, the nation has been closed by order of its deity, the Electro-Archon Ball. And just as the people of Liyue preferred to call me Rex Lapis.
Paimon thinks we've heard that one before.
That is the case. And since Raiden is also the Shogun of Inazuma, people call her the Raiden Shogun.
That said, though people at the wharf were saying that the situation in Inazuma is very tense, Paimon doesn't remember that always being the case. It wasn't Zhongli. Since you're Rex Lapis, shouldn't you know something about what's happening there? Just how did Inazuma become a closed name?
It's because of visions.
Visions?
When faced with circumstances beyond their control, humans often bemoan their lack. But if a person shows true strength of will at a desperate and fateful moment in their life, the gods will look upon them with favor. This is what visions are. Magical foci bestowed upon those who have been acknowledged by the gods.
Uh-huh. That's how people in Tibet see it.
But starting from last year, the Raiden Shogun began promulgating the
Vision Hunt Decree?
Yes. It was an order to seize all visions within Inazuma's borders, and to inlay them upon the hands of the statue of the omnipresent god.
They want to seize visions? But why? Aren't visions blessings?
I should think that in the Raiden Shogun's eyes, It is precisely because they are divine blessings that they should be...
Whoa, that's harsh.
The Animo Archon is the god of freedom, and the Geo Archon is the god of contracts. For her part, the Raiden Shogun is the god of eternity. It seems as though she has finally decided to eliminate the fact that even I, the oldest of the seven, have now passed away, will only strengthen her resolve to pursue eternity. Knowing her, she must have again quoted that adage she is most fond of when proclaiming that decree to her people. 7 ideals for 7 gods. And of these, eternity is nearest unto the heaven. All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know? Ah, that was a good one. That said, the reason why the Chising were so eager to resolve the incident and stop pursuing the culprit was indeed because they received news in secret that Rex Lapis was not dead. I hinted as much to the Adepti as well. How did I accomplish that, you ask? Have you ever heard of this particularly convenient Adepti art known as gifting dreams and visions? All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know? Well then, I suppose you'll have to find a way to get inside this closed nation. Have patience.
Pouce du destin, carrément. Carrément un coup de pouce du destin. Ça, c'est fait. Attendez. Parce que là, ça fait trop d'un coup. Trop d'infos d'un coup. Alors. Bon. Combien de temps de vidéo? Ok. Bon. Donc les amis, donc je pense que je vais vous laisser là pour cette vidéo. Je vais en faire juste une à la suite. Là je vais voir laquelle je fais comme quête, si je fais dans la rendez-vous dans l'élévation de la chambre de Jade, ou c'est le meilleur combattant de mon stat, peut-être. Ou alors celle-ci, peut-être. Je sais pas du tout. Je sais pas. Je vais essayer de voir et puis voilà. Je verrai ça dans le prochain épisode. Donc voilà, donc les amis, donc c'était totalement 2017. Salut tout le monde.